So guys, welcome to Hips and Shoulders. Today and for all future sessions, you are going to need a yoga strap. If you haven't got a yoga strap, you can get these on Amazon for about £2, or you can use a PVC pipe, a broom handle, an item of clothing, belt, scarf, leggings, whatever you've got to hand. You're just going to need one of these for the warm-up. I'll just put you on mute as well, sorry. There we go. Cool. So if you come to the center of your mat, we're going to begin with our strap. So if you grab one end of your strap or broom handle, whatever you've got to hand, and then take the other hand to the other side. So I'm going to wrap one end around my hand and then wrap the other end and have the hands sort of fairly wide to start. We're just going to inhale as we lift the arms up, keeping them straight, and take them all the way back behind you. So we're doing 10 pass-throughs. If you find that this is quite easy for your mobility, then simply just take another wrap or loop of the wrap and take it back and over. So we're just aiming to do 10 taps behind and 10 taps in the front. So you might find halfway through that your mobility improves and you can start to narrow that grip slightly. So we'll just do a couple more in each direction. I'm going to go for 3, 2, 1. Bringing it all the way back up and over to the front again, and then I'm just going to release my hands from that strap and put it to one side. From here, we're going to come down into a crouch curl position. So come into a crouch position. Think about bringing your chest against your thighs and then tucking your nose in towards your knees. Heels are lifted. Hands can go either side of the feet, and you're just going to press up and back as you exhale to fold forwards, and then inhale to crouch, exhale to fold, inhale to crouch, and we're going to do 5 of these in total. So that's 3, 2, 1. And then just come back to that crouch. Inhale as you come all the way up. Take the feet slightly wider now, so they are hip distance apart or just beyond hip distance apart. Hands come all the way up above you, palms together at the top, and then as you exhale, come down into your garland pose. So we just spend some time here rocking from side to side, opening up the hips. You might just want to do 10 or so pulses in the bottom of your garland pose. So if you're struggling with this movement, try and keep your heels flat to the floor. If you can't, the most important thing is to keep the chest lifted. So your torso should be nice and upright, and if that means that your heels lift, that's absolutely fine, or you don't go as low, you can start working in towards that. So we're just aiming for about 10 or so pulses in the bottom of here, opening up the chest. You can use the elbows against the knees to push the knees away and open up the hips more. And then when you're ready, just take the hands to the floor, and we're going to take the right leg back. Left foot can stay outside of the left hand. We're coming into a lizard lunge. So drop the back knee to the floor, reach the heart forwards. Find that stretch in that right hip flexor. And then we're going to inhale as we lift and twist with our left hand up towards the ceiling. And then exhale as we reach with that elbow towards the floor. We're just going to do 5 elbow taps on the left side. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to tap. So that's 3, 2, last one, and then replace the hands, step back to down facing dog and switch sides. So right foot comes outside of right hand, drop the back left knee to the floor. Inhale as you lift and reach with the right hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, elbow tap toward the ground. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tap. Inhale to lift. 3, 2 more to go. 2, last one. Exhale, elbow tap, replace the hands, step back to down facing dog. From here, you might just want to spend a moment or two opening up the legs by pedaling from side to side with the feet. You might also want to pulse through the hands and open up the shoulders as well. We're then going to go from down facing dog to cobra. So we're simply going to roll all the way through, drop the hips and look up towards the ceiling. Option here to come to Sphinx if you need to, if that's too much on your lower back. And then we're going to exhale as we tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. So we're going to do 5 of these in total. So inhale to roll forwards, drop the hips, look up. Exhale, press back. Inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, look up. Exhale, press back. Last one, inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, look up. Exhale, press back, and then just gently walk the feet all the way in towards the hands. Come into your Uttanasana ragdoll position. So drawing the chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, opposite hand to opposite elbow. And just take a few moments or a few breaths. And then inhale as you come all the way up. Exhale, release and reset. So we're going to start at the front of our mats with crescent pose today. So standing in Tadasana, crescent is a simple standing back bend. We're going to inhale as we lift our hands up, reaching up tall. You can either take your eye gaze to your fingertips, or if you've got a slightly bad neck or back, you can take your hands behind your head to support your neck and just open the chest towards the ceiling, look up and find that bend in the top of the spine, lifting through the heart, or drawing the fingertips back behind you to reach back. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and then inhale as you come all the way up back to center. Exhale as you come down into your Uttanasana forward fold. From here, we're going to keep the left hand on the floor, and then inhale as you lift and twist with the right up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Plant the right hand on the floor. Inhale to lift and twist with the left up towards the ceiling. Feel free to do this with a bend in the knees if you need to. Exhale, release. Plant the hands both sides of the feet, and we're going to step the right foot back into a low lunge. So dropping the right knee to the floor, making sure that this left knee doesn't track forwards of the ankle. So find that stretch in the hip flexor, and maybe just take your foot stance slightly wider so that you can take your hands off the floor and you're nice and steady. When you're ready, we're going to inhale to lift all the way up. And then as we exhale, we're going to drop the left hand towards the side and reach over with the right. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, reach again. And then inhale back to center, plant both hands on the floor and pull back into half split. So stacking that right hip above the right knee. Straightening the front left leg and flexing the toes back towards you. Reach your nose towards your toes. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come forwards. We're going to keep this right hand grounded on the floor, and then we're going to reach with the left hand forwards and then take it all the way around like a circle, back behind us, and then over towards the left. And we're just going to do 3 circles, so you're getting that stretch in the left side of the body. You might want to let your left leg or knee go out to the side slightly to give you space. And then come back to center. And then we'll take a body flow. So step back to down facing dog. And then we're going to inhale as we roll forwards, drop the hips, look up, come to cobra. And then exhale as you tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. So we're going to repeat that on the other side. So inhale as you step the right leg through this time, plant the foot between the hands, drop the left knee to the floor, finding that low lunge position. Remember your steady stance if you need to. Inhale to lift all the way up. Exhale as you drop that right hand towards the floor, and then reach over with the left hand over towards the right. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly inhale back to center. Plant the hands on the floor. Inhale as you straighten that front foot, flex the toes back towards you. Exhale, nose towards toes. So that back left hip is now stacked above that left knee. You're feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then we're coming forwards back into that low lunge spiral stretch. So taking the left hand to the floor this time, reaching forwards with the right, all the way over towards the left, circling the arm back behind, and then around to the right and back around to the left. So 3 circles in total. This is a lovely one to get into the side body, into the shoulders, into the hips. Last one, and then come all the way back to the front. Replace the hands, step back to down facing dog, and we'll take another body flow. So inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, look up, come in towards cobra, and then this time we're going to sit back into extended child's pose. So exhale, dropping the knees to the floor, coming back onto your heels with your bum, forehead to the floor, extended child's. Take 2 deep breaths here, reaching forwards. And then for those of you that want to, you can stay here or we can progress into puppy pose. So for those who want to progress to puppy, slowly start to reach a little bit further forwards with the hands, lift the bum off the floor and bring your chin to the floor, look towards the front of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. For those of you who want to go a little bit further, we can go all the way into full puppy pose. So keep reaching for the front of the mat as you drop your chest towards the floor, but keeping your bum stacked above your knees. So don't let the bend go into the lower back. Keep this into you. As soon as you can feel it in the lower back, you've gone too far with your bum in front of your knees. So try and keep the bum pulled back and keep pressing the chest down. You should only feel this in your thoracic and cervical spine. Once you're there, just take 3 deep breaths. If you're not all the way there, just chill out wherever you are. Don't overstretch, don't push yourself into the pain zone. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly come all the way back up into a kneeling position. So from here, we're going to go from bear to bridge. So they're kind of mobility rotations, if you like. So bear pose, you're simply going to be on your hands and knees, tuck your toes underneath and lift your knees off the floor. From here, if you want to watch the first one, you can. Before going ahead and doing it, you're going to take the left leg up and over, place the foot flat on the floor, and then reach the hips high into that bridge position. Come back down with the hips, come all the way back up and over, find that bear position again, and then switch sides and go up and over. So we're going to do 3 each side. So coming back to that bear position, knees are just hovered slightly above the ground, lifting up. So it's a bit of a strength and stability move, as well as helping with mobility. You might feel like you're breakdancing. That's fine. If you're feeling like that, you're probably doing it right. We'll go for 1 more each side for those of you who watched the first reps. And then come back to that bear position, drop the knees to the floor, and just sit back in extended child's pose for a couple of breaths to reset. One last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then I'm going to come up into down facing dog, but again, feel free to watch the first rep before you go ahead and do this. So we're going to progress that movement that we just did into wild thing, so which is a more advanced yoga pose for those of you who want to give it a go. I'll give options throughout, of course. So pressing back up into down-legged dog, down facing dog. We're going to go into 3-leg down facing dog. So I'm going to send my right leg up high towards the sky. Option 1 to stay here. Option 2 to bend at the knee and take a hip twist. Sometimes this might be quite nice for those of you who just want to focus on opening up that hip. Option 3, take the foot all the way over, drop the bum towards the floor, tap on the floor with the bum, and then lift up and over into wild thing. Replace the hand back as you inhale to lift all the way back up. Find your down facing dog, and then inhale to lift and repeat on the other side. So bending at the knee, finding that hip twist, tap the bum, lift and reach into wild thing. We're going to do 3 each side. So down facing dog in the middle, finding that 3-leg down facing dog, hip twist, tap the bum, and then reach all the way over, wherever you need to be. So choose the progression that suits you, have a play. For those of you who want to miss out that hip thrust completely, You can try taking it all the way straight up and over from that hip twist, and then come all the way over into Wild Thing without thrusting to reset at the bottom. The thrust just helps find that straight leg position of the underneath leg, I find. But wherever you need to be, choose the progression, and then just slowly come back to down facing dog. When you've done 3 each side, come down onto your knees and sit back in extended child's pose. So just take a few deep breaths here. One last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then slowly come up onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog, and we're going to come into our warrior one. So inhale as you lift your left leg up high towards the sky, 3-leg down facing dog. Swing the leg through as you exhale. Plant the back foot down at a 45-degree angle and find your steady stance. When you're ready, inhale to lift the hands off the floor, finding your warrior one. And then exhale as you cactus the arms and lower down into that lunge. We're going to inhale to lift the hands again. Exhale to cactus them. So really squeeze those shoulder blades back and down and activate through the hands. One last time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to cactus. Inhale to lift this last time, and then exhale. Release the hands to the floor. Find your low lunge position. So reach the heart forwards, and then we're going to come into half camel. So windmilling, leading with the right arm back and over, finding that right heel, reaching up with the left hand and reaching back into that camel. So with the camel pose, really think about pressing through the ground with that front leg and lifting through the heart towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and then inhale as you windmill all the way back up and over. We're going to come into half moon. So lift the back leg off the floor, send the body weight forwards over that front leg, find your balance, and then lift and open into that kind of star shape on one leg. Twist the hips, see how far you can pull that right hip back over your left leg. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then inhale as you come all the way up. Feet come to the floor, extended Tadasana. Exhale, sit back into chair pose. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, sink lower, and then inhale to lift, exhale to fold, hop or step back to down facing dog, and then we're going to repeat on the other side. So this time you're going to take your left leg up high to the sky, find that 3-leg down facing dog, swing the leg through, plant it between the hands, find your warrior, no sorry, it's the right leg forwards, I've just done this one, so come back to down facing dog, lift the right leg high to the sky, swing the leg through, plant it between the hands, plant that back foot down at a 45-degree angle, find your warrior one on the right side. When you're ready, inhale to lift, reaching up high, exhale, cactus the arms and sink into that lunge. Really brace the core, use your inner thighs to find that strength and lift in the legs. Inhale to lift, exhale to cactus. One more time, inhale to lift, exhale to cactus. This time we're going to inhale to lift, exhale, release the hands to the floor, find that low lunge position. We're coming into half camel. So pressing through that front foot. Inhale as you windmill the arms up and over, left hand goes back to left heel, right hand goes up towards the ceiling, and exhale to reach back, lifting through the hips and the heart so that you've got a nice strong upper back bend. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and then inhale as you windmill all the way up and over. See if you can come straight into that half moon using that leg strength. Pull that left hip back over that standing leg. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then come all the way back to extended Tadasana. Exhale, sit back into chair pose. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to lift, exhale, release. And we're going to work our way down onto the floor now. So if you come into a prone position on the floor, we'll begin with half frog for a few restorative stretches. So from this prone position, you're just simply going to reach back. You can use your strap if you can't reach for that foot, grabbing a hold of the inside of that foot. Fingers go over the toes, and then you're pressing, flipping the grip and pressing the heel down towards the glutes. Just take a few pulses and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release and switch sides. So taking the left hand back, grabbing the inside of the foot, flipping the grip if you can, pulling that heel towards the glute, pulsing a few times, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. We're going to sit back into that extended child's pose, but this time we're going to take a reach from left to right. So sitting back on your heels, forehead to the floor, take the left hand back towards your knees and place it beside your knee, and then walk the right hand all the way over to the left. Find that stretch in the right side body. Take 3 deep breaths. Think about expanding through that upper back, opening up that shoulder. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then as you inhale, walk that hand all the way back to the front of the mat. Reach forwards with the left hand now and bring that right hand back towards your knee. Forehead to the floor again, and then walk the fingers all the way over of the left towards the right. Find that stretch in that left side body. And take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly walk both the hands back to center and come up onto your hands and knees. Swivel yourself around and come into a seated position on your mat. So stretch the legs straight out in front of you, flex the toes back towards you. Pull the fleshy bits of your bum out from underneath your sit bones. And then think about bringing your chest or your tummy over your thighs. So we're going to inhale to lift and lengthen, and then exhale as we reach forwards with our nose towards our toes. We're going to take 5 limbering stretches this time. So we're inhaling to lift and reach, so just easing off slightly. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling, seeing if we can fold a little bit deeper. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Inhale for your last one, lift, and then exhale. Can you reach any deeper? Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you come all the way back up. Taking the hands back behind you, we're going to do an upward plank now. So taking your fingertips, I think they go back towards your bum. You're going to lift your body away from the floor, pressing into the floor with your feet and lifting your hips away, letting your head hang back into an upward plank. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release yourself to the floor. And we're coming into half Lord of the Fishes. So taking the right leg long, left leg crosses over and the foot plants the opposite side of the right knee. Option here to tuck the right leg underneath if mobility allows. Just make sure that both sit bones are connected to the floor and that you're not kind of leaning all the way over because your hips aren't letting you get there. So with that left foot stacked, you're then going to inhale to lift and twist your stomach in towards your thigh, hooking your arm around that left leg and looking over your left shoulder as you exhale to look behind. Hold for 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release. And then slowly unravel the legs and switch sides. So left leg is going to go under, whether that's straight or tucked under and round, and the right foot is going to come outside of that left knee, making sure your sit bones are both grounded on that floor. Lift and lengthen, thinking about pulling that tummy in towards the thigh. Inhale to lift, exhale to twist and look over that right shoulder. And take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you unravel yourself, coming back towards the front of the mat. We're going to come into leg stack pose. So taking both your feet out in front of you, we're going to take the left leg underneath. I'm going to twist so you can see me better. Left leg comes underneath, and then you're going to stack your right foot on top of your left knee. If mobility doesn't allow this, you can either sit in bound ankle or cross-legged, wherever you prefer. So placing that left foot on top of the left knee, you're going to stack your right knee on top of your left foot. Then going to find your sit bones on the floor if you can. Inhale to lift and lengthen, and then exhale as you reach forward. So as you reach forwards, you'll probably feel that right knee come down towards your left foot, and you should feel a nice stretch in the hip. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale to come all the way up, and we'll switch sides. So that right leg is now going underneath the left. If you've crossed your legs for this one, just uncross them and recross them the opposite way. If you're in bound ankle, then just stay where you are. Stacking the left foot on top of the right knee, left knee on top of the right foot. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale as you reach forwards over that shin. So you're trying to bring your chest or your sternum over that shin area and reaching with your nose or hands forwards as far as you can in front of you. So you're really flattening your stomach over your legs. 3 deep breaths, so you've probably got 2 to go. And then slowly inhale as you come all the way up. Unravel your legs. We're going to go into cow face pose to finish with the session. So we're going to do a similar kind of thing with the legs. We're going to take the right leg underneath, but taking the right knee directly in front of you. The sole of the right foot is facing up, so the toes are on the floor. Take the left leg over the top and stack the knees. So if you want to, you can come forwards onto your hands and knees, cross over at the knees, and then sit back. If this is too much, you can just take either the left foot on the floor, or even extend that right leg underneath, wherever you need to be. So find whichever position you are comfortable in. Try and get both sit bones to connect to the floor. And then we're going to take the right hand up high, the left hand goes out to the side, and as we exhale, reach back and try and interlace the fingers behind you. If this is too much for you, you can probably feel the tightness mostly in your triceps. So you can always just take a tricep stretch to begin with if that's too much on the arms. But just keep giving it a go, keep practicing. You can grab a strap to help you kind of bridge the gap, and just take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then release, and we'll switch sides. So inhale to lift the legs, unravel them, and switch over. So left leg goes underneath, right knee stacks on top. So again, if you need to reset by coming forwards onto your knees and then sitting back, you can. Just make sure that those knees are vertically stacked in the middle. Find the sit bones on the floor. We're going to inhale to lift and reach with the left hand up high, right hand goes out to the side, and then reach backwards. You'll probably find one side is definitely easier than the other. Just persevere with it. You've got this, guys. 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then relax and unravel yourself. We've just got one last stretch to fit in if you can. So come down onto your back. So we'll just unravel the spine a little bit. So come into a supine position. Palms go out to the side in a T-shaped position, palms facing down. Lift the knees up into the air at a 90-degree angle, but keep the toes grounded on the floor, lift the heels, and just drop the knees from side to side for a few window wipers to finish. Just releasing off any tension in that spine from those back bends that we did earlier. One more each side. And then just slowly bring the knees in towards your chest, hug them with both arms, rock from side to side. And then whenever you're ready, slowly roll over all the way up onto your right side. Come to seated in the middle of your mat. And join me for one last deep inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together. As we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.